Right, next for this we're going to look at the artist Bojan Jevtic, and I've got two images that I found offline that we're going to use for it, and just how simple it is to delete stripes from your images and how you can make variations from that. So where is my Photoshop? It is here. So here is an example I just made quite quickly. Now apologies for the quality of, well, one of them is a slightly better resolution than the other, but again these are the ones I've had to get offline. So how did I do it? Right, I'm going to go right back then to here. So first thing I did, again, like I did in a previous video, is I just nicked a black and white stripy image offline to use so I could steal the black lines off it. So what you're going to do is paste that in. It's gone into a brand new layer, but you just got to make sure that you're not posting it on top of your image, and you can line that up however you want it, so that's fine for me. And then you want to lower the opacity so you can see the image underneath. Now the reason I want you to do that is so you can line up where things are going to go. If you do it by random, you might end up just deleting out sections that make it impossible to really see the face, so you might just get left with really, you know, unimportant details, and then the outcome of it wouldn't be quite so nice. So I've gone on to transform, Control T, to go in and pick out what section I want. Now I've just blown that out nice and big. I'm going to start with him, so I'm actually going to switch the other guy around. So I want him to appear in the white section, so I'm just going to zoom in. I'm just using Control and plus and minus to zoom in and out. Now I want I'm going to put him about here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the eye, the nose, and just this half of the lips popping out, and I'm going to have his other eye coming in to the other white stripe. So first white stripe from the left, second reveals his fingers, his lips, his nose, one of his eyes, and the top of his hair, and then the next white line reveals a section of his eye, and the other white lines, which is where we're going to keep him, they're going to reveal other parts that just basically help bring the larger picture together. Now I'm going to bring the other guy on top, and we're going to transform him. I don't like that they're both facing the right way. I actually want mine to face a different way, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to make him a bit bigger. I want his head bigger. And I like, I'm alright with that already actually. I quite like that. I might bring him a bit further that way. So he will actually appear in the black because I'm going to delete the black out of the layer above. So on this guy, you're looking at where his features would fall in the darker sections rather than the lighter sections. So we can see from the right, the third section in has his eye looking straight at you. The second one in from the right, the black sections there, you get part of his eye, but it's mostly in darkness, but you get his nose and his lip, and then again the rest help just build up the person who he is. So I'm going to accept that, and I'm going to move him behind on the layers table again. Now, so we need to delete out the black off the top picture because we want to leave behind the details on this top picture that you can see in the white. So I'm going to unsee those two layers underneath, and we go to select from the top drop down boxes and colour range, and then I am going to select the black. So I've just selected that, and I'm going to press OK. That is now selected. I'm going to unsee this layer. I'm going to re-see the two image layers, and then I'm going to select the top layer where I've already planned where I want things to stay and go. I'm going to press delete, and then I'm going to hold Control and D and deselect, and there you've got the image in the style of the artist. And that one you can use horizontal stripes, you can use vertical, you can use diagonal, you can use black and white patterns, you can try all sorts with it, because all you're doing is when you're using colour select on a black and white image, and it has to be black and white, it doesn't work with grayscale, you can just select out whether you want to delete out the black or the white from one of the images and reveal another image underneath. So again, that works with portraits. This would work really quite well with in conjunction with artists like Abigail Reynolds, so you could show different sort of juxtapositions through you know, humanity and nature, or buildings and nature, all that kind of stuff again. So where could, well, I've given you some ideas there on where you could go with it. Let's have a look at some visuals of that. Here, for example, like Abigail Reynolds again, so you could use a black and white pattern or black and white stripes to reveal another section underneath. So if you look at this one here, for example, you can see that it's the black and white image, and underneath it has been a colour image that has been revealed. Here you've got an example of a painting by Jeff Huntington, but again, you could select out different sections and you can colorise them. So one half of this feels a little bit sort of sepia toned, and the other seems very like sort of monochromatic blue. So you can play with that. There is an example here. I don't know what the artist did, if it's an artist, but they've used well, Jeff Huntington again, sorry, actually it is, where they've used a different type of pattern to reveal from the picture. So that's easy enough to get offline as well. So lots of things you can use there or have a look at. There's lots of examples of Jeff Huntington's work actually. So have a go and see how you get on.